Hello, my name is Ashlyn Blanken, and I'm going to be presenting my interpersonal presentation. My objectives are just to further disclose myself, identify relevant terms in the book, and to create a sound theme throughout this presentation. My first term is identity, and identity is how one views themselves. So a couple ways that I view myself is to be a Christian, to be a missionary, a artist, a photographer, and a barista. And this is a picture I took from my work, and I kind of personalized a cup, and it kind of just shows really who I am in my artsy side. The next slide is femininity, and this is womanly qualities or characteristics that is expected just from women. I am definitely a feminine person just because I like children, and I'm very nurturing, and I love romance. The next slide is stigma, and stigma is characteristics or traits that are looked down upon. A stigma in my life would definitely be my parents' divorce. They got divorced when I was 7, and a lot of people look down upon it because it's normal for a household to have a mother and a father. The next slide is social comparison. I've dealt with this a lot because I have a twin sister, and a lot of people compare us because they think that we should be alike. In reality, we're completely opposite, and so I've struggled a lot just trying to find exactly who I am. The next slide is empathy. And empathy is when you can feel the emotions of someone else. And I've definitely learned how to have empathy towards kids, especially in different countries, just because I took this picture and you can kind of just feel the emotions he's feeling, even just in his eyes and the trauma that he's been through. The next slide is culture. And culture is when a group creates values and languages that separates them from a different group. And I have learned to just love culture because every country I go to, it's always different, and you just learn to go with it and respect it and just appreciate it. The next slide is gender role. And gender role is the role that society gives you according to if you're male or female. And this applies to me because every country that I go to, it's always different. In Africa, they believe that women should be more laborious instead of nurturing. And in America, it's completely opposite. The next slide is ethnicity. Ethnicity is how you view your heritage. This is really important to me because this is actually my cousin, and we have a lot of different cousins and nieces and nephews that are from different races. So it's important to sit down and look back on and see where you're actually from. The next slide is stereotypes. And stereotyping is when you look at one group and you connect it to a whole bunch of individuals and make conclusions about all those individuals just because they're associated with that group. And a lot of people do that with me because I have blonde hair, and so they assume, oh, you have blonde hair, you can't be smart, or, oh, you like to skate and you're really cautious. How do you like to skate if you're a cautious person? And I guess I break the stereotype. The next slide is perception, and perception is when you connect a powerful meaning to something that you experienced. This is a tattoo that I did. It's on my ankle, and it's from my marathon. The meaning behind it is that I grow through obstacles, and I love it because I drew it myself. So that's meaning behind it too. In conclusion, all these terms have really just explained who I am, and I've grown from each and every one of these scenarios, and they've just made me who I am today. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy.